Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today in this video, I'll explain you active and passive voice. So as in my previous video, I explained you about present tense, but today in this video, you will learn about past tense. Okay, so now let's get started. So students, if we have a past tense form, like we have an active form in a past tense, so how we can make a passive voice, like from active form how we can make a passive form. So here as you are seeing that, first of all I just made there three columns. First is past tense, second is active voice, third is passive voice. So in a past tense you can see that there are four. First of all, indefinite, negative, continuous and perfect. So in the next row you are seeing that active voice. Active voice means to say जब हम passive to active और active to passive बनाते हैं, so first thing is very clear that जो active form में जो भी हमारे पास tenses के rules होंगे, we just have to apply the passive form. like जो भी हमारे पास active voice में जैसे भी rules होंगे उन्हीं को देखते हुए we will make a passive voice. ओके, सो एक्टिव वॉइस में कैसे, लाइक आपका इंडेफिनिट का रूल होगा, पास्ट इंडेफिनिट. कोई भी आपसे पूछे व्हाट इज़ द रूल ऑफ सिंपल पास्ट और पास्ट इंडेफिनिट, सो डेफिनेटली इट्स क्लियर दैट यू विल यूज सब्जेक्ट प्लस V2 प्लस ऑब्जेक्ट. यही होता है ना रूल, कि जो हमारा पास्ट टेंस है उसका रूल होता है V2. सो अगर हमारे पास एक्टिव फॉर्म में कोई भी सेंटेंस है जो उसमें V2 अप्लाई होगा, देन डेफिनेटली वी विल राइट देयर वॉज वर प्लस V3. मीन्स टू से अगर किसी सेंटेंस में V2 फॉर्म है, सो वी विल यूज़ वॉज वर प्लस V3 बिकॉज हम एक्टिव एंड पैसिव वॉइस वेन एवर वी आर जस्ट हैव टू मेक अ पैसिव वॉइस, डेफिनेटली इन अ वॉइस वी यूज़ V3. Done. For example, I can say here that like example is I helped the old lady. I helped the old lady. जब मैंने ये एक्टिव फॉर्म में देखा, then I just have to make a passive form. So how I would make this? First thing is to make our object to our subject. अब हमने जो object है हमारा वो subject में लेके आना है, that is the old lady, right? The next would be, अगर हमारे पास V2 है then we will use was were. Was were. Now we are talking about a singular, one lady. ठीक है? So we will use here was. Helped. Helped means to say we also have to use a V3, so we will just write here helped by me. How me? Because I change into me. So that was our active form to passive, right? So that was all about our only indefinite. तो मैंने सिर्फ आपको अभी indefinite का बताया that if we have a V2, अगर हमारे किसी भी sentence में V2 आपको लगे, that is V2, then you will use this. उसी sentence को आपने use करना है was were plus V3 लगा के, because in a voice we always have to use a V3. So now you can see here negative. Now if you have a negative sentence जहाँ पे आपका did not plus V1 आए, तो जहाँ पे भी आप did not plus V1 देखते हो या didn't plus V1 देखते हो, then you have to use was were not plus V3. So it's very easy for you because you have to just add not word because it's a negative. So my sentence can be like I'm saying that he didn't love me. He didn't love me. So I'll say here first of all me change into I. Okay, as I'm just going to make it as a object to subject. Now my object was me, so I'm just changing into as a subject, so subject would be I. ठीक है, I wasn't, because didn't दिया हुआ है and we have to use was or were. तो with the I we can't use were, we will use I wasn't. Love change into third form, so that would be loved by. He change into him. Okay, so that was all about our negative form sentences. The next is continuous. Continuous is very easy because if you have a sentence with the was verb plus V1 plus ing, जब भी हमारे पास कोई भी sentence है उसमें was verb plus ing आ रहा है, then definitely जब हमने उसका आंसर बनाना है, when we have to make a passive voice, then we will use was verb plus बीइंग प्लस V3, मतलब वहीं जो हम V1 प्लस ing लिख रहे थे अब हम उसमें क्या ऐड कर देंगे, एक वर्ड बीइंग. सो इट्स अ वेरी इजी, आपको ing देख कर ही याद आ जाएगा दैट वी हैव टू यूज़ अ बीइंग. सो बीइंग प्लस V3. So how do you make a sentence? For example, I have one sentence here. We can say that they were winding up the business. They were winding up the business. So if I have to make first of all my object to subject, so I will just write here the business, then with the business I'll use was being wound up by them because I use V3 and with the being word. So it would be very easy to make. I'll just give you some exercise so that you can just make these kinds of sentences. Okay, so next is perfect. So with the perfect we have to use had plus V3 in a tenses. Tenses में हम यूज़ करते थे ना had plus V3 because जो भी आपके एक्टिव वॉइस में आपको रूल्स दिए गए हैं लाइक V2 लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे, didn't plus V1, was verb plus V1 plus ing, had plus V3, ये आपके सारे रूल्स जो भी हैं ये टेंसेस के रूल्स हैं. इन्हीं रूल्स को देखते हुए वी विल मेक अ पैसिव वॉइस. तभी हम पैसिव वॉइस बना सकते हैं, बट वी शुड हैव अ प्रॉपर नॉलेज अबाउट टेंसेस. ओके, सो नाउ इफ़ वी हैव अ परफेक्ट, तो परफेक्ट के साथ हमारा सिर्फ एक वर्ड ऐड होना है, दैट इज़ बीन, बिकॉज V3 इज सेम हेयर. और पैसिव वॉइस में भी हम लाइक वॉइस में हम मेनली यूज़ करते हैं V3, राइट. तो हैड के साथ हमने क्या यूज़ कर दिया, एक वर्ड दैट इज़ बीन. सो आई जस्ट मेक आई हैड बीन, वी हैड बीन. Okay, so that sentence we can make for the perfect tense. So here we can say that this is all about our past tense. Now in next examples I'll teach you that how you will complete these kinds of sentences with the help of tenses. Okay, so first of all, as you're saying that past indefinite tense, अगर हमारे पास past indefinite tense हो, लाइक हम टेंसेस में यूज़ करते थे, लाइक मैंने लिखा ही किल्ड अ स्नेक. नाउ वी विल यूज़, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हमारा जो मेन मोटिव इस चीज़ को कंप्लीट करना होता है दैट इज़ टू our object should be our subject, our subject should be our object. अभी यहाँ पे जो a snake है that is our object. He killed a snake. तो मैंने अभी क्या किया, जो a snake है that I just write as a subject, तो मैंने subject के लिए लिख दिया a snake. अब मैंने देखा कि this is killed, that is a second form. अगर हमारे पास V2 होती है तो हमें क्या यूज़ करना होता है, it's very easy, we will use was verb plus V3. So मैंने यहाँ पे snake के according means जैसे according to singular and plural I just use here was, then killed is already our third form also, so we will just write killed by he changed into him, right? So that was all about our past indefinite. Now if we have a negative, अगर हमारे पास negative sentence आता है and that can be he didn't kill a snake, तो ये sentence कैसे बना, he didn't kill a snake. So first thing is very clear that we have to use subject object changing. So a snake. Now मैंने क्या एक्सप्लेन किया था, that if we have a didn't then we will use was not and weren't. So according to our singular and plural I use was not, then for third form is killed by him, he changed into him. The next is past continuous. Past continuous means to say अगर हमारे पास was verb plus ing हो, like was verb plus v1 plus ing, then we will use being word, right? So here first of all I'm just making my object as a subject. तो मैंने subject क्या लिखा, food. Then according to food I am just writing was being cooked by her. How? first of all food is our subject now, right? After that I just write my was, and was के साथ हमने क्या use करना था अभी, being, right? So being cooked, that is our third form, by her, right? The next is past perfect tense. So when we have a past perfect tense, and past perfect tense में हमारा रूल क्या होता था, had plus V3. और अगर हमारे पास आपको कोई भी सेंटेंस जहाँ पे आपको एक्टिव फॉर्म में आपको ये दिखे कि दैट इज़ अबाउट हैड प्लस V3, लाइक ही हैड ऑलरेडी डन, दैट इज़ थर्ड फॉर्म, his work. So how would I change in a passive form? His work, first of all, our object to subject, so subject is his work, had already been, because we have to add a one word with the had, that would be been, okay? Had already been done by, he changed into him. Okay students, so that was all about your active and passive voice that we can use for the past tense. Hope so that that video can help you to learn about active and passive voice.